Hi everybody, this is Peggy for Cropstop.com, and today I want to show you my new little tool that just came. It's what I use to make this border right here with the holes in it to hold my ribbon. Let me show you some of the things we're going to use. Well, let me just real quick show you this. I love this. This is another way to do the ribbon, and I have this really cool marble paper, and purple is one of my favorite colors. But look how you can run that ribbon through there and tape it on the back. And it's like laced right through there. So that's pretty cool. But some of the other things I want to use, Cropstop is now carrying Stamp Penda stamps, perfectly clear stamps, and we are going to use this one right here, the little snowman family. And then this is the star of our show. This is the Marvy, I think you say this Uchida, I'm not sure. Anyway, Marvy, and it is the new Quick Border Craft Punch. The Cleaver Lever Quick Borders Craft Punch. And what's really awesome about this, when you buy this, you're going to get the ruler, this big part here. That's actually the thing that holds your paper. Then you're going to get, this is your punch, but then there are different cartridges that you can get to do different borders. What's really neat about this, you not only get the two things here, they give you your first cartridge, which is the ribbon stitch, which is what I used on that card. Then you can buy the others. I've got the snowflake one, and what other one did I get? Snowflake and, oh, the bubble one. The bubble one. Those are the ones I got. Snowflake, ribbon, and bubble. So I'm going to show you those. And let's see. Oh, wait till you see these. I am like a Stampaholic kind of a person here, and these are new. And you know what? I don't know what I do with my little hunk of paper. I'll find that. But look how they come apart, and you get your colors. So I think this one was called like the Autumn series. And I think they're by, well, you know what? I'll get back to that because I can't think of the name. My brain just went. Again, I'm going to use my Zots, and then check this out. Liquid Pearls came out with a bunch of new colors, and we are going to use the Ocean Blue tonight. And then I'm going to use some of the Stickles. And, of course, got to use those dewdrops. Well, let me get busy here and show you what we're going to do. All right, now, first of all, let me show you how you use this because that's what this is all about. In the back is a little button. Can you see that okay? Okay, good enough. That's your little button. That's what releases your cartridge. This is what your cartridge looks like. This one is the snowflakes, which I'm going to use. This one is the bubbles. I'm sorry, this is your little ribbon lace that I have on that card. Let me bring that back in just so I don't get you confused. So this one gives you this little lattice look thing that you can put your ribbon through. And then the other one is called the bubbles. And what's really nice is that they show it on there, but because, you know, I never can remember the names of things, I went ahead and wrote on here what they were because I'm going to store them, you know, so I can read the name on them. So that's that. Now let me show you how this works. You take your cartridge, and it even shows you, for those of us that are challenged, rear, which means that goes in the rear. So you're going to push that in, and you're going to hear it click. I don't know if you had heard that little tiny click, but that was a little click. And then you're set to go. Now when I first got this, I couldn't figure out how to line it up, and I had to keep turning it over. Well, they thought of that, and they put this little bubble right on the top, like this little bubble. And on your ruler part are these little dots here. And that's where that little bubble matches up. So as long as you get that bubble to match up with that little dot over there, you're in good shape. So like that. All right. If you can't go by that, which I had trouble because I couldn't see that little bubble all the time, there are two little notches. One's little and one's big. On your ruler, one's big, one's little. So they'll fit right in there. So I always found the center, put up my little lid there, found the center, and you got to make sure that it's pushed in there real tight. You don't want it halfway up because then your cutout part will be uneven. And I don't really matter where I put the paper, but you want to make sure, I don't know if the camera can see, let me turn this around. You've got to make sure your paper's all the way back against the edge, just like in any punch. If you don't get it all the way back in there, and this is in your little groove, it's going to be crooked. And I've learned that, guess how? Yeah, you're right, from experience. So you got to make sure that's all the way in there. And what they've done for us is they've put like a little magnet thing here that will hold your paper. So I'm in there real good. And then you just punch. Then you just slide, find the next groove, or you can find the little dots, and you punch. You find the next groove, there it is, and you punch. And there you go. Isn't that too stinking cool? I'm loving it. So, let me show you what I did next. get this out of the way, because now we've seen that. So for camera's sake, you know me, I never throw anything away, so I'm going to save these little snowflakes that pop out of there. Well, anyway, I've saved a bunch of them over there, so we're going to use those. Then I decided to use some of these new stamps that we are carrying at Crop Stop. Let me bring this out. And this is my hunk paper. Excuse me. The inks are, as I thought, from Inkadinkado, and this particular set was called Earth Tones. But in here is a really cool blue. It doesn't tell me what color. Well, maybe it does on the other end. Let me peek that. Oh, it's called Navy Blue. Novel idea. All right, so here's my little clear stamp. And what's really neat, you just pull that right out of there. Stamp it up. I like to make sure I have lots of ink on there. And then I'm simply going to press it down, and I press hard. I want you to look how awesome that stamps. Then, what I did, let me move that aside, for camera purposes, you know. Look how fast I colored that thing up. I used some of my Copic markers, and then I used some of my Momentum markers because I didn't have all the colors I needed. Colored it in, but then I took this awesome liquid pearls, dip, 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 right across the bottom, and then I brought in stickles. I absolutely love stickles. Now let me tell you a little story. The reason I love these is because I don't have glitter flying all over the place. Years and years and years and years ago, I got it in my eyes, which caused me a lot of grief. This, I don't have to worry about it. I put it on there. It takes a little bit of time to dry, but it doesn't get in my eyeballs, so I'm a happy camper. So I have every color available in stickles, but don't tell Steve. So I have that. So I stamped, as you saw, colored it in, and then I took my Marvy Circle Punch, cut it out. That's the blue one. I used the pink one for the outside. Now, let me get some things together and show you how quick you can put a card together. Now, one of the other things I wanted to use, and I forgot to show you that in the beginning, was my Christmas gift from Haley Jo at Crop Stop. She sent me this little score buddy. And it does have its own little scoring tool there, but I am in love with this. This is a burnishing, and you can use it to do dry embossing kind of stuff. I use it in here to do my cards. I just like the way it works better. So anyway, this is going to be an A2 size card, so I needed it 4 1/4, and they are so nice that they went ahead and gave me a little asterisk there so that I can find 4 1/4. Now, this cardstock that I have is really thick, so normally I would not score on both sides, but this cardstock I found if I don't, I get some ugly cracks. Now, I know you can't see that on camera, but it really does score really nicely. So I'm going to fold it over. And here's why I like this little tool. I even got this little paddle on the end. I don't know what you call it, but I call it my little paddle. And it gives me a really nice finish to my card. So voila, there is my card. Now here's that piece that we cut using that border punch. And I'm going to bring my big ATG gun in here, which you all hopefully have because these are like awesome. I don't know how anybody can live without them. And we'll just line her up there. Oh, you know what? My card's a little short on the end, but I don't get too excited. This paper, that's the other thing. I bought it at a warehouse, and it is not the size they say it is. So I'm just going to trim that off. Yeah, that's definitely not what it's supposed to be. But that's why we all have cutters, right? All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to take this piece, and I'm just going to hopefully... Well, you know what? I'll do it on here just for camera's sake. Normally I don't do that, because I'm not sure my stickles is completely dry. So there's that. And then I would stamp, well, you know what, we can stamp this little thing right here on the bottom. I didn't notice this, but this has little words on it. Let me pull those off of there. How cool is that? And we'll peel these right off here. I got ink all over my hands. Hopefully I won't get it all over my card. Make sure I get that straight. Let's see. Oh, that looks straight enough. I'm going to pull out that blue again. Look how handy that was. Boom, right there. Put it in there. And I think, let's see, I think I'll put it here. Hopefully I won't mess this up on camera. Oh, thank you, I did not. And there is, winter is warm together, so there you go. Now here's what I did. You are going to love this. Remember, I always talk about these little zots, and I've got some opened here, or out on the table. I'm going to put that on my little snowflake, which was the remnants of my embossing. And I'm going to peel that off, and I'm just going to place these wherever they drop. Wasn't supposed to do that. And I'm not going to put a bunch, you'll get the idea. And of course I went ahead and put some on my Well, you know I call these Skittles, they call them dewdrops. So I'm going to put a bunch of those all over, and voila, I will have another Christmas card. So if somebody sends me a card like tomorrow, which is like almost right before Christmas, I'm going to throw this one in the mail back to them. So there's that part. Now, some of you out there saying, yeah, that's all fine and dandy to have that wonderful border punch and making cards, but I also scrapbook, and how is that going to be working for me? Well, remember the ruler? It is 12 inches. So look at this. Voila, 12 inches. This is the beginning of a scrapbook page that I'm going to do. And there I can lace through ribbon, which I probably won't do on this one because it's going to be a sample. I'm going to probably lace paper through there, and then maybe just put a finishing bow there and put a couple pictures, my title up there. So there you are. I left it open so you can see that it actually does do 12 inches. And I didn't miss any place because, again, this has that nice little like magnet that holds it shut. Well, there you are. I think I showed you just about everything I can. So don't forget to stop over at cropstop.com and get this brand new, well, it is to us, brand new Marvy, I think that's Uchida. That sounds really good, doesn't it? Uchida. And it is the great big Quick Borders Craft Punch. So there you go. All right, you all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.